What is up? Chase Craig here with Own Boise, breaking down the market dynamics again. And this is for the month of March. And a couple things I just wanted to point out on here. We'll get you guys out of this real quick. Currently, that's the new construction. We'll go to existing. So this is just kind of the past 12 months existing market for Ada County. And so just to remind you guys, it's less than 2 acres. Excludes condos, townhouses, at least 1 bedroom, 1 bath with a minimum of $2,000 price point. And the reason for that is just get rid of auctions and have you guys have, some pretty decent data that isn't really corrupted with anything else. So a couple things I want to point out here that I noticed. I'll do some stuff that I hadn't really pointed out before. So take a look at the inventory levels. You can kind of see all the way up until about 600,000. We're less than 2 months supply. It's not until we get over 600,000 that our supply goes above 2 months. Something that I wanted to notice last time, you go about 3 or 4 years ago when we had inventory like this, the sold, that's the original, the sold to the original price. So the original asking price they put on that property to what it actually sold for. This is the percentage of what it got. So I want you to notice most of these are less than 100%. In fact, there's only one here that's 100%. And something I want you guys to realize, this does not include seller concessions. So if the seller agreed to pay closing costs or appraisal or like throw in fridges and all that stuff, like it doesn't include any of that stuff. So typically you can probably factor like 1.5 to 2% above and beyond what you see here, less. So like if this was 100.4, it's really probably more like 98.4, right? You deduct that 2% and that's what you probably really get. Now you go back 3 or 4 years ago when inventory level was this low. Almost all of these were above 100%. So what does that mean? I think you might get some differing opinions on it. Here's what I would say. It means there's very little inventory. Which is true. You can see it right here in this column. But this time versus last time is the pricing fatigue from buyers is they're not really settling, right? They don't have a ton of inventory to choose from, so the ones they are buying, if they are settling, they're like, I'll buy it, but I'm not going to pay your price. So we're actually seeing some pricing pushback from buyers. That's what I would say that these numbers indicate. Nothing too crazy, but I mean, seriously, you go back 2, 3, 4 years when we had inventory levels like this, they were all, I mean, if you were under 300,000, all of these were over 100% asked to sold ratio. So that's something worth noting. Another thing that really jumped off the page to me here is these numbers down at the bottom. So the average active price is $492,000. The average pending is $375,000. So it's not like they go in and negotiate. It's just what's actually selling. So typically when a real estate agent takes a home pending, they don't adjust the price. They leave the price the same. So all this is showing you is that while people are asking a lot of money for their homes, the ones that are selling are, significantly less than those higher priced homes. The ones that are going pending. And then if you look at the active sold, or the average sold price over the last 12 months, it's $330,000. Now that's indicated by a couple things. This is 12 months of history. You can see that the average sold price in 2018 went up 17%. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that home values went up 17%. It just meant the homes that were selling were 17% higher than the home selling last year. So home values definitely increased. Did they increase 17%? Not necessarily. So I would say that the pending number is reflective of where the market's heading, and the sold number is reflective of where the market was. Obviously, it's history, right? This active number, that's reflective, in my opinion, of a lot of triers. Not sellers, but triers, people that are looking to see if they can get what they want, right? Maybe they have a $500,000 house and they're asking $600,000 for it. Or maybe they have a $650,000 house and they're asking $850,000 for it. just be aware that there's a lot of that going on. And as a real estate professional who watches the market every single day, me and my team recognize this all the time. There's a lot of real estate agents that are just saying, yeah, we'll try it out. Why not? We'll throw a sign in the yard, maybe get some buyers out of it, ask $100,000 more for your house. These are the triers of the world. And in a market like this, you have a lot of people trying. And as Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. So we work with sellers, and we really want to help you achieve your goal here at Own Boise. So those are kind of the main things that are popping out to me off this page. Going over to the new construction. So this is the same exact data, but it's new construction. Now, a couple things to point out here. I didn't actually show you this top for the existing. So we're back to the existing real quick. Look at this is the solds for that month, and this is the pendings. And notice how there's quite a few more pendings than there actually are solds, but it's pretty close. Now you come over to new construction, and you can actually see like there's way more pendings than there are solds. So this is the sold bar, this is the pending bar. The reason for that is the average pending time frame of a new construction home is like 4 to 6 months because they're building it. So they might have sold the home this month or took it under contract this month, but it doesn't close until this month. So you're seeing these pending numbers are actually carrying over 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So if that was jumping out at you, now you might know why. Take a look at this. Going back to those same numbers, the average asking price is $457, the average pending is $442, and the average sold is $403. Again, this $403 to $442, I think that's just simply where the market's headed, right? 12 months ago, you could buy a home for less than you can today. So the market's gone up, but you notice it's not this giant gap, 492 down to 300 or 332. 20, 30, 40% gap, you're looking at maybe 10% here. So new construction, they don't try. They do their best to get it sold because that's how they get paid. There's not a lot of triers on the new construction side. And you'll note that, they're pretty much getting their asking price. I think this right here, this below asking price number, this 200 to 400, I think we had some builders panicking a little bit in fall of last year. They had a lot of homes on the market, prepping for a strong spring, but they weren't selling like they were before, so they kind of panicked and lowered their prices. And we're seeing that stabilizing now. I think there's a lot less panic from those people than there was back then. So, anyways, again, I'm Chase Craig here with Own Boise at Keller Williams Realty. I hope this has been helpful. This is just another market breakdown. So have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, feel free. Respond to this email. Let me know. I'd be happy to break down anything in specific, or if you have feedback for me, I'd love to hear that too. Thanks a lot.